Hello guys, today I'll be bringing you a game between me, playing as Japanese, and the Irish Faithful, playing as the French. Alright, let's go over the starting things here. This is a 300 wood start, which is kinda hard to notice because the third wood crate is in a shadow. But yeah, it is a 300 wood start. So it's favoring Japan already. I mean, Japanese is not really a favorite in this matchup, so I would probably say that this is just an equalizer to the matchup. It gives Japan a decent chance to go for the build that they want to go for, instead of being pressured into sending Yumis and losing the game early on. Anyways, yeah, let's talk about the matchup. So usually in this matchup what happens is that France rushes Japan, and Japan kind of crumbles under the rush, losing shrines and losing villager gather time. So what you want to do as Japan is utilize your walls, utilize your building placement. Oh, here you can see that I'm trying to kill the hero because I don't want him to get the wood treasure. He's still probably going to get the treasure. So yeah, right here I'm already sacrificing my villager time in hopes of getting this shrine up, which is not gonna happen. Yeah, he's gonna come in and steal this treasure and I'm gonna be really noob. See, it was really close. I thought that the upper hero got it, but it didn't. He still got it with the French hero. Well, anyways, I still had enough wood for the shrine, simply because it was a 300 wood start. And yeah, okay, so about the matchup. Yeah, usually France will rush. Usually it's a boat pike rush, but people have made comments about the boat pike rush that it's not too good because then you need 2 units to be protected and stuff. Meanwhile, you can just make musketeers and pretty much get the same number of units out as with a boat pike rush. But if all of those units are musketeers, then they're more valuable than, for example, pikemen, because pikemen can't really fight against ranged infantry that Japan is known for. So the most likely thing that he's gonna do is musketeer rush me. At least that's what I think. Okay, and I'm just picking up this treasure because I don't have anything else to do. Might as well just pick up some hero XP up and stuff. Also, you can probably notice that the cursors have not the cursors. You know, the cursors. When I hover over, for example, picking up the treasure or going in my town center, the cursors have different colors than usual. That's because my game recording software is weird. It records cursors in a different color scheme or something like that. I don't know. Either way, it looks cool, so I don't mind. Alright, so yeah, I'm picking up that HP treasure. Really, I just had nothing useful to do with my heroes, so I picked up the treasure. I'm just scanning around, scouting his base, seeing where his hunt is, thinking about shrining the map. I'm aging up with 3 villagers with the Shuga Shrine, which is quite usual in this matchup. I mean, quite usual in any matchup with Japan, because that's usually the wonder you're going to be making in any situation going to colonial as Japan. Because you want to get that boom rolling, which is what I'm doing now. I'm making a shrine. That's basically Japan's way of booming, if you didn't know that already. And I'm keeping 6 villagers on food, and shrines are also gathering wood. 6 villagers on food is just enough to keep my villager production going without any stops. Which is also another way of booming, which is making villagers, obviously. Alright, anyway. So I'm seeing he's moving to coin. So that means he's probably not going to go for a boat pike rush. Most likely option is he's going for a musketeer build or maybe a hussar start. Usually it's a musk start or a musk start. And I barely got my explorer away, as you saw. Was a small amount of damage away from losing that explorer, hero, whatever you want to call him, monk. I'm building my walls now. This is what I do. My idea of this matchup is that I'm probably going to go for a semi-FF because I feel like when he comes in with his timing push, if I don't have some sort of an advantage, which for example in this way would be tech advantage, then I can't really deal with that push. So I'm thinking that I need to get to the Fortress Age with a few units. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a few Yumi in the start, just to keep his musketeer away from getting in my base. And I'm going to abuse the walls, stand behind my walls with my Yumi, just to make him go back, not come in my base yet, because as he will go around the walls, he will be taking damage. So that's something I'm going for. Also, I'm making a lot of walls. Yeah, really lame, I know. That's how this matchup is played, I think. Just utilize those walls. Basically, I'm going to end up with a full wall around my base, except in the back, which is the only way he can enter my base. Right, and I'm starting with Yumi, and I'm shipping 5 Yumi after my 600 wood shipment. That is something that Black Star did against me, but I was playing Brits then. And I'm thinking I'm gonna try this build out. In the end, I think that 600 wood second shipment would be much better. I mean, looking at the game now, I think 600 wood really needs to be a second shipment as well as first. Just taking a little damage, but not too much. Microing my Yumi to kill 2 musketeers, but I didn't. I failed. Anyways, making more Yumi and passively booming with my shrines. So yeah, there I got a nice massive Yumi out. Actually, I shouldn't have shipped that second batch of Yumi. I should just make another batch of Yumi from the wood I would ship instead. That was a little mistake by me, I think. But here I'm feeling like, okay, so I think he started double racks. Judging by the amount of musketeers, at least actually his first batch he only had like 7 musketeers out, so that's not too good. But still, I think he started double barracks, I mean. So he probably doesn't have any cav yet, so I feel safe to push out. And if he did have cav, I could trade my coin fast, make a gate right there in between my Wonder and Market in that wall segment, and run my Yumi in. In the meantime, I would be able to trade another set of food for coin, and then I would be able to pop out my Pikeman Mintman, so that I would be safe from the cav. Here he writes, I need cav LOL. That just means, yeah, I'm sarcastically responding. That just means that he didn't have a stable yet. He probably didn't think I would do this, didn't think I would stand behind my wall with Yumi. Yeah, he was a bit unexpected. That was a bit unexpected for him. Actually, it should have been expected. Anyways, shipping my coin, thinking about aging up, getting my besties. These guys are nice. Queuing up 2 more Yumi. I don't know why. 2 Yumi won't change anything. So I know that he, from that musketeer mass alone, that I know that he can't have any more than 5 cavalry out for the next like 30 seconds at least, maybe even more. So I'm thinking, well, with this massive bows, I can probably kite some cavalry while his musketeers are awake, and probably try to poke in, just to get him to not kill my shrines for a while. I'm basically trying to annoy him so that he will keep away from my shrines and be busy with his musketeers walking around the map. That's the idea. I don't want his musketeers to consistently kill my shrines at this point. Okay, so I notice his musketeers are on the other side. So I'm gonna poke in with my archer mass and siege his shrine while his musketeers are away. That's basically macro right there. Using the fact that his army is on the other side to kill his barracks. Of course, he will respond, and that means I have to get out, because I can't deal with 5 Hussar and that amount of musketeers. I can deal with 5 Hussar with this amount of Yumi, I think. I can also deal with his musketeers, but not both at the same time. So I'm trying to not get trapped with my Yumi mass, while still staying somewhat active and keeping him off my shrines. So there he goes to siege with like 5 musketeers, and I go back because I smell a trap. Basically, if he's sieging with only 5 musketeers, that means the rest of his army is ready to fight somewhere near those raxes, so I don't want to get trapped. That'd be a really bad thing to happen right now. because I can't lose any of my army because I'm about to finish aging up. Now I'm making Ashigarus because I know he will have cavalry. That's a fact. That's just common sense because he needs cavalry to counter my Yumi. And I'm thinking the first shipment will probably be flaming arrows. Also, I need another Rex because there are a bunch of upgrades I need to do and stuff, and so on. So I know as soon as I finish aging up, he will come to do a timing push because that's like his best chance right now. I'm in age ahead and he is out of position. So he needs to come in my base as fast as he can and kill me, because I'm kinda exposed right now. So I was thinking that his musketeers will come to on the right side, but they actually came from the left side. The idea is that I want my Yumis behind the walls to do damage against musketeers while they're walking. But I didn't expect his musketeers to be on the other side. Anyways, now I'm messing up. My musketeers should have been fighting that cavalry in melee mode, and my Yumi should have been shooting the musketeers all the time, but they weren't. They were out of position. Anyways, there was a small mess up, and I'm losing, I don't know, I already lost like 5 villagers. That's like 7 villagers right now. A lot of villagers. My units are in a good position, and I have my flaming arrows behind. Flaming arrows are doing excellent damage, and my musketeers are very near, so I can pop them in melee mode. Really nice. Get that cavalry out of the way. That's nice. Now my flaming arrows are protected, and musketeers don't do too well against ranged artillery. So this fight is going really well for me. But I lost like 12 villagers here. Seriously, my villager control was really poor in this before this fight. So yeah, that should have been better. Like, if I hadn't lost 12 villagers here, the game would be over because I'm ahead in military. I have artillery out. I have another shipment on the way, which could be artillery if I was more confident in my current situation. And I'm about to trap his army with a counter. Now he's doing these mind games. He might walk one way, he might walk the other way. Either way, I don't want to let his army go, and he's afraid of me because he knows that I'm trying to get those musketeers at the same time. Also, I'm making some more shrines, playing this man game with him, and also sending my 8 Ashigarus to kill his sieging musketeers. Meanwhile, I got my Ashigaru upgrade. There he goes. He finally decides where he's gonna go. He goes all in. I mean, that's kind of the term, I would say. It was kind of a gamble, you know, go one way or go the other way. So he finally decides to go this way with all his units, and so I confront him, get him while he's leaving, trying to leave. He can't really escape from that, I think. I could put my wonder into speed boost, but it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna catch all of those musketeers anyway. So there, they all go down, and the thing is now, he has reached the fortress age. And I have 21 villagers at this point. That is really bad. And I have 150 population minus 10, which is the town center. I have 140 shrine population. That means I have 12 shrines built, excluding the big shrine. By the way, the big shrine takes gives you 20 population, and it also works as 2 shrines, so you could say that I have 14 shrines right now. So I know that I have a small window. You see, he already has 10 skirmishers. So that's just French economy for you. Okay, 10 more skirmishers. So that's 20 skirmishers. He just aged and he already has such a huge mass. But I know that I have artillery, so I know that I can still take this fight and kill these Raxes because he doesn't want to engage my flaming arrows. So I siege with all my infantry units and leave my artillery units walking around so that I can shoot at his skirmishers when they try to poke in and kill a Ashigaru or 2. He doesn't go for that kind of nonsense. Here I almost accidentally delete my flaming arrows for no reason whatsoever, I don't know. So basically while all this happened, I was shipping 1000 coin. I also upgraded my Yumis, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm really far behind in economy, so I really need to get that second town center up. Get a lot of economy out. Here his scout is annoying me. I'm thinking, okay, let's just send those Ashigarus to kill the scout. Actually no, those Ashigarus need to protect my flaming arrows. Let's send my upgraded Yumis to kill the scout. Okay, that's good. Booming hard with my market, with my shrines, with my town centers, getting that town center up. Just killed the scout, and I see he's sieging with his skirmishers. Okay, so the good thing is I will have inflicted some nice damage on him. I will have killed the 2 of his barracks. That's just because, yeah, I was faster to the third age, so I had the artillery out. And yeah, I'm still very far behind. Like, if you look at the score, I'm kind of ahead. The problem is, I'm in economy, I'm like really behind now. I'm like at least 6 CDBs behind, probably like 8 CDBs behind at this stage. And I'm just building a town center, building more shrines. It's annoying because my second hero is dead, so I can't build town center and shrines at the same time, because I wanted my hero to build a town center. So yeah, unallied from ports, getting allied with Japanese because they have that good 5% attack bonus, which is really nice. I'm getting that market upgrade for all resources, so I'm thinking, okay, so he has skirmishers. So I can deal with the skirmishers. I can probably deal with his cuirassiers too. You know, you could have noticed that there was a batch of cuirassiers when I was sieging down the first racks. I saw a glimpse of cuirassiers. So I need my Ashigarus there to protect my army. And now I'm shipping 5 Naganatas and making 5 Naganatas. I also need to upgrade my Naganatas. Yeah, those are just to deal with the skirmishers, because I had a feeling that he would have more skirmishers than this. I had a feeling that he was making his skirmishers, because it makes sense to make skirmishers against Ashigaru, right? Ashigaru are just so potent. Such a good musketeer unit that you really need skirmishers to deal with them. They're not like Russian musketeers, where you can probably just go in with your 20 cuirassiers and kill them. I mean, still wouldn't be a good trade, but there's always that. Okay, so I'm queuing my explorer to kill this musketeer, make 2 shrines. Yeah, explorers can actually do some damage, especially Japanese monks with the divine strike. They can kill units pretty decently. At least 1 at a time, maybe 2 at a time even. So yeah, I noticed that because of my shrines, I can see where his coin is. So you can see that from the base I've scouted, from his base that I've scouted so far. I see 2 mines in the base and 1... Okay, so let's talk about this fight. That was kind of unexpected. I wasn't expecting him to have such a huge mass of cuirassiers. And in this fight you can see that I'm gonna lose this fight, yeah. Mostly because actually I couldn't done much better in this fight. I don't think I could have really won this fight, but you can notice that the flaming arrows are actually aiming cuirassiers and aiming the house. If I had my flaming arrows aiming the skirmishers for all of this fight, then those skirmishers could be dead. So he would have 9 less skirmishers at this point if I had shot the skirmishers with my flaming arrows, but I didn't. That was kind of a new move. Anyways, I sent 3 Naganatas to raid, but because he had CDBs are the French villagers, they can defend themselves pretty well. They don't necessarily need military to defend from a raid. At least that's often how I feel, because they are just so good. I actually didn't notice if any military units killed that raid, or was it actually the CDBs that killed my 3 Naganata raid. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so he's gathering coin right there. And I'm thinking how can I harass him? I have Ashigarus now, and I'm also out of coin. He's going like, France, yeah, I'm so happy I have all this map control and this good economy out, and these cuirassiers that rape every unit on the board. But I'm thinking, well, I'm not out yet. I have shrines, I can produce coin from them. I'm catching this nice cuirassier reinforcement off guard. Gonna kill 1 cuirassier. And 1 more. And probably 1 more right there. And basically I killed 3.5 cuirassiers there. That's just because his pathing was bad. There I'm killing a CDB. I know that he had skirmishers, so I was prepared for his late skirmisher reinforcement to come exactly there. And I knew that I was making Naganatas for just that purpose, just to trap his skirmishers out of position. And he knows that he's really out of position, so he just goes... That's a desperation move, he just fights with his cuirassiers. He shouldn't have done that. This is really what I think cost him the game in the end. So, just because he's out of position, just because he has no dragoons out, basically, he just did a really shitty trade. And I have this Naginata reinforcement that I can just poke in and do some more damage. And I'm really happy about this. I mean, okay, I see his Cuirassiers, so they're gonna block those Naganatas really soon, but meanwhile I'm still killing those Naganatas pretty badly. I'm out of coin. I have 700 coin at the moment, but I'm out of coin. So I'm going for a fight. Probably wasn't a good idea, because most of my Ashigarus are already damaged, so easy picks for his skirmishers. And those Cuirassiers are really strong. Okay, so I finally got my orchards out, and I have a ton of wood. So yeah, whilst my villagers had nothing better to do, they were just gathering wood. That's kind of what you need to do when you're waiting for your orchards, because there's really nothing else to do with your villagers. I'm thinking about this mine, but he knows that I'm out of mines. He knows it. So he's thinking that he can contain me, because I'm out of mines. I'm gonna move to that mine, and then he's gonna raid me. So he's thinking, like, he's figuring that out as I'm saying this. Also, he's running out of mines. You know, notice that the mine where he was getting before is already out. So he's moved to the next mine. One is like in the middle of the map, like where in my line of sight, and the other one is probably the one that's next to the pond. I can't really say anything else. So here I do some damage while I can, but then I pull back because he has Cuirassiers. And I'm thinking, okay, I should probably pull back these villagers because he's definitely going for that mine. Meanwhile, he's again leaving his units out of position. So I take advantage of that. I go in and do damage while his units are out of position. So yeah, he fends off my cavalry, and then I have to retreat with all my units. So yeah, this is the thing. You have to have goons. No matter how good Cuirassiers are, they're just not gonna be fast enough to defend your skirmishers at all times. So really, you really need goons. I'm just making more Naganatas because I know that he has no goons yet. He doesn't seem like... And I noticed, okay, so he has 2 falconets out. If I can just bait these Cuirassiers away from the falconets, I have such a huge shot at killing them. And I succeed at that. So I'm leaving the 4 Naganatas to raid. Meanwhile, I'm just killing these falconets and leaving out. Yeah, that falconet has some hit points left, so I leave a slowed down Naginata to finish it off. Yeah. Meanwhile, he kills my 4 raiding Naganatas with Cuirassiers, and I escape with these 9 Naganatas, which is really nice. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll just go for a raid while he's chasing me, and try to mix up my composition, because I can't win the game with Naganatas, because Naganatas lose quite badly to Cuirassiers. So that's what I'm doing. I'm adding in some Ashigarus. I'm thinking also about starting to make Yumi, but I know that I need quite a lot of Ashigarus out before I feel secure enough to make Yumi, because Yumi just died too fast against Cuirassiers. So you see, I have no access to coin. I mean, to mines, and I still got those 10 Naganatas out, those 15 Yumi out. I still got a Naginata shipment. Like, this is the OP-ness of Japan. You don't need coin to actually get coin units out, which is quite ridiculous. Just because your shipments have you can send those shipments twice, you can use the fact that you can send them twice to benefit your composition, which is what I'm doing now. I'm not making any Naganatas, but I still get Naganatas out. So I'm fending him off because I have Ashigaru and his skirmishers weren't there. His skirmishers were sieging stuff, balancing my stuff, balancing my villagers, trying to get some more coin in. Don't want 28 villagers gathering from a single cherry orchard. I'm making more Ashigarus. You see? Another batch of 14 Ashigarus without any coin income. I'm just trying to... seeing what's up in his base, basically. I was catching these 5 skirmishers. He's just doing damage to my shrines. I don't really care. I can rebuild my shrines. I have 1,200 wood right now. So I was thinking about waking that explorer up, as you saw, but he fended me off. I didn't want to lose like 3 Naganatas just to get that explorer. So actually, I should have just sent 1 Naginata to revive the explorer, and then smoke screen back to my Tanzaners. But yeah, at this stage, I'm feeling pretty confident. I have 50 villagers. I have at least 17 shrines, 16 now, and I'm making more of them. And I'm thinking, yep, you missed your chance, buddy. Now Japan is just too good to die. Basically, too good to die. It's really strong right now. So I'm mixing my... oh, I'm sending my explorer to revive my other hero. And I'm just going for the kill now, because... like, look at it. His skirmishers are even out of position again. This is the thing. Those skirmishers were out of position the whole game. Not just those, like all of his skirmishers were out of position. Even his cannons were out of position. I put all of my Ashigarus in melee mode. That generally isn't a good idea, but they were on a side where there were at least like 20 Cuirassiers and 15 Dragoons, so... and they got a pretty good spread around those cavalry units, so... I think it was... in this situation it was good to put all of my Ashigarus in melee mode. And yeah, I'm just confirming that he was out of position a lot of the time. So that's the thing, those, like, you really need goons, because otherwise you have a cavalry unit, cuirassiers, that you will use for sieging stuff and raiding, and you have skirmishers, which you will also use for like abusing the range over my walls and possibly raiding shrines. And he was just out of position so many times. I got so many kills with my Naginatas that he shouldn't just given me. And because of that, I just kept killing his stuff for free, getting really good trades where I could have, shouldn't have, and yeah, that's why he lost his advantage. Had I not lost those 12 villagers, I would be much more secure, but because I lost those villagers, I needed to get these kind of awesome trades, basically mistakes by him to win the game, which he made mistakes and I won the game. Yeah, and I'm just talking about before this game we had two other games, one in which I was going for the same thing, but I hadn't played Japan for 2 weeks, so I did really bad and lost quite fast. And then yeah, we played another game, Friends Mirror one. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and peace out.